All right, if you are heading into 2026 already tired, already caring too much, already telling yourself you need to get it together, this video is for you. Most mamas and busy women do not need another habit, another planner, or another thing in our life to optimize or organize. We need to let things go. A lot of what we are holding onto and juggling isn't making us healthier or happier. It's actually quietly keeping us in survival and fight or flight mode. In this video, I'm gonna share 3 things every woman needs to ditch in 2026 in order to feel calmer, clearer, and more like her fun self again. These are not going to be about doing less because we all have all the things we need to do. They're going to simply be about stopping what's draining you and learning how to care for your nervous system in a way that actually works in real life. So you can still get all your to-dos done, and these are going to seamlessly fit in them while we're letting go of some of the stuff that doesn't need to happen anymore. All right, ladies, we hear this all the time. Fill your cup first before serving others. Great. How do we do that? No one ever really talks about how inaccessible the tools that we're handed to do that actually are. When I hear that, I think of massages, facials, long workouts at the gym, day-long or weekend-long retreats. Those things are amazing and I love them, but for so many women today, they are occasional, they are expensive, both with time and money, and they're unrealistic in our day-to-day. The biggest shift that I made in my health and life that has changed me physically, chemically, and emotionally didn't come from more self-care. It came from the realization that 2 to 5 minutes of microdosing connection are just as powerful, and I have the science to prove it, in many cases, or more, than the 1-hour self-care appointments that we're told we need. Self-care needs a rebrand. And again, all the science backs this up. All right, the number one thing we're gonna ditch is the belief that calm and joy is a reward. So many of us women live like calm or joy is something that we get to do after everything else is done. We finally get to enjoy some calm or relax after the to-do list, after the kids are settled, after everyone else is okay. But here's the truth. This time for us is not a reward, it's a requirement. So when calm or recovery or rest is conditional, our nervous system never turns off, right? So it stays vigilant, it stays alert, it stays scanning. And so here's what happens when we live our days this way, when we say, oh, I need a break, I'm tired, but I'm just gonna push to the end of the day and then I'll relax, then I'll put my feet up, then I'll do what it is that I'm actually craving right now. 1, either that time never comes, or 2, this is really, really important here. We get to the end of the day and our nervous system doesn't know how to downshift, so we can't even enjoy the relaxation and recovery, right? So think about those moments. I think a lot of us have experienced this. We push through the day so we get it done, so then we can relax either at the end of the day or when Friday finally hits or the weekend, and then you go to sit and chill, and what happens? Your brain is just like da 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 da, telling you all the reasons you shouldn't be doing this, or ruminating, or beating yourself up about how you showed up yesterday, or oh my God, I can't even believe I said that, or future tripping on things that may or may not even happen, right? Have you ever experienced that? I know I definitely have. So here's where some of the science, the neuroscience matters. When we shift our brain into something called alpha waves, our amygdala, the part of our brain that's responsible for fear and threat detection, actually quiets down. There are studies showing that alpha activity is associated with reduced amygdala, like brain security guard, reactivity, meaning your brain literally stops over signaling danger. Alpha is the brainwave state of calm. It's peak performance. It's where we feel grounded, present, and connected instead of like we're there, but we're really over here, right? And the most important part, the part that I love, you don't need an hour to access alpha. You can literally downshift from go, go, go mode, which is beta, into alpha through slow breathing, like box breathing, right? Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, 2 minutes. You can get out in nature for 2 minutes. You can do something called expanded gaze for 2 minutes. This is daydreaming, you guys. This is just looking at something other than something right in front of us, whether that's our phones or devices. It's looking at something over 10 feet away from you for about 2 minutes. Remember when we used to daydream and look around before we had our devices in our hands? That's a quick shift into alpha. One of my favorite ways to get into alpha is listening to a song that I love. We can literally get into alpha while we're in the car, either on the way to get the kids or running errands or with our children. Short moments of regulation work. You do not need to wait until your day ends or until life settles down to get to nourish yourself or get to relax, because your nervous system settles as we incorporate these regulation reps. So what I want you to do is, instead of waiting till the end of the day, give yourself 2 minutes of nourishment before go mode, right? Before you start your day. I've got some other resources on this, but spending a couple moments in the morning in this downshifted theta and alpha state, getting in nature, watching sunrise, monitoring like big and bright lights before the sun is up, taking a moment to connect and ask ourselves, what do we want this day to feel like? Looking at a candle, right? Looking at a flame puts us into alpha. So we can start our days in this safe state instead of jumping right into the day starting out in survival. And then again, incorporating this amidst our day in 2 minutes here and there. Okay, number 2 thing to ditch in 2026, the pressure to do self-care perfectly. This one is huge. So many women that I talk to think if I can't do the full hour, it doesn't count, and so I might as well do nothing. If I can't do it perfectly, why even bother? But self-care was never meant to be another massive item on our huge to-do list. So if what you traditionally think of as self-care makes you feel behind, it's not self-care, it's stress. Our nervous system doesn't need perfection, it needs frequency and consistency of microdosing connection with ourselves. These short, repeated moments teach our nervous system, I'm safe. I can come out of high alert, fight or flight, survival mode. I'm not running from a tiger. I don't have to stay on all day. This gives our busy brains a break. This is how regulation actually happens. This is self-care. It needs a rebrand, guys. It's an inside job. Think of these regulation reps and this consistent feeling of safety and regulation as self-care. These consistent, frequent activities are how regulation actually happens. Think of it like going to the gym. One workout a week does not change your body composition and strength. Consistent reps do. The same is true for your nervous system. So what do I want you to do? I want you to start thinking about 2 minutes, 3 times a day, incorporate one of these regulation reps. You guys, I wanted to simplify this process for you, so I actually made a cheat sheet and a checklist. It's the first link in the show notes description where I laid this all out for you. What are the regulation reps? What are options for what to do and how to incorporate them into your life? So go ahead and snag that awesome resource. Super simple, so easy, and it'll walk you through this in like 2 minutes or less. You'll know exactly what to do. Okay, and last thing on step number 2, I want you to remember that 1 rep throughout your day is better than none. So if you miss one of your regulation reps during the day, it does not erase progress. Consistency beats intensity every time. So just do what you can, show up for yourself every day. 1 is better than none. Okay, item number 3 to ditch, that micro moments don't matter. Again, so many women believe that if I can't do something big for myself, it's not gonna make a difference. This belief has kept us stuck. It keeps us waiting and waiting for our turn at the end of our long days, which often doesn't happen. Micro moments are not insignificant. They are literally how trust is built with ourselves and our bodies again. So this can be 2 to 5 minutes of movement, dancing in your kitchen. This can be listening to a song that you love. This can be stepping outside for fresh air. If it's cold, guess what? Bundle up. This can be 2 to 5 minutes of looking up and out instead of staring at our phone. These simple moments create alpha states. Remember, they quiet the amygdala, the inner security guard that thinks we're running from a tiger, and it brings us instantly out of fight or flight and into relaxation. And the goal isn't, either or, like it's either the big self-care or the small ones. It can be both, and I just want you to understand these micro moments are just as powerful as the big ones, so that if you can't fit in a big one, you know and understand how much of an impact you can create for yourself, for how you feel, for how you show up, for how your life is experienced in the 2 to 5 minutes. Got it? It's so important. All right, so now I just want to cover, as we wrap this, a few of the most commonly asked questions that I get and what I say are the closed captions or subtitles of what people are actually asking, what I hear when they ask these things. All right, so question number 1 that I get a lot, what if 2 minutes really doesn't feel like long enough? First of all, what I actually hear when someone asks this is, am I fooling myself? Is this actually gonna work? Is this really gonna make a difference in my life? Yes, it is. I promise you. This is what I incorporate into my life now. I'm the healthiest at 44 in this moment, physically, spiritually, and emotionally that I've ever been in my life. 2 minutes is all we need to interrupt survival mode. Our nervous system doesn't require grand gestures. It needs frequent dips and hits and microdoses of connection. Research shows that short periods, 2 to 5 minutes of alpha brainwave activity reduces that amygdala activation. It lowers our stress. It increases our heart rate variability, our ability to jump back from stress and regulate. Our body starts to know what calm is and has the ability to find it. 2 minutes works because it's repeatable. It fits in our life, and repetition is how the nervous system changes and is retrained. You're not aiming for enough, you are aiming for often. That's the big difference. All right, question number 2 I get a lot. What if I forget, or what if I can't do this 3 times a day? What I really assume this woman is asking, is this another thing that I am going to fail at? No. Remember, this is not a rule. This is not hard and fast. And it's definitely not another thing in our life that we have to try to be perfect at or shame ourselves for failing. 1 rep still counts. Forgetting a rep here and there does not undo your progress, and missing a day doesn't mean anything is wrong. And this is meant to support your life, not compete with it or stress you out. Think of this as a rhythm, not a routine, okay? And what I want you guys to start to recognize is when you do these 2 minutes, 5 minutes, when you break up your day with them, start to become aware of how it feels. Awareness is a huge win here. So even if you're not changing anything, I think so often we make it so complicated. Like, in order to win, in order to do this right, I have to massively change everything. I need a huge overhaul. One of the best things, honestly, you can start to do in this process is create awareness around when you do your reps and how you feel and show up after like a 2-minute walk in nature, instead of just scrolling your phone, or, you know, like tapping into your breath work, or listening to a fun song on the way to work instead of maybe a podcast or making a phone call. And then create awareness around the days or the moments when you don't. Not judgment, awareness. Because what you'll start to realize is, in the awareness, you start to make different choices, right? And it happens over time. So for instance, even though I know all this and I know how powerful it is, there are days, fewer, the more I do it, fewer, where I don't do all of my reps. And what happens is I notice how I show up. I'm snappy, I'm stressed, I'm a little more edgy, and I don't beat myself up for it. All that I do in those moments is I'm like, wow, that is the old way. That used to be how I felt all the time. And today I chose that, and that's okay. And tomorrow I want to feel different, and I know exactly how to do that, and it's easy. And so I'm going to make more of an effort to fit it in. That's it, guys. This isn't about guilting and shaming ourselves. Like, we do so much of that. It's time to be done. This is about creating awareness, a knowingness in these 2 to 5 minute tools, what to do, how to do them. Grab that first link. It's an incredible resource, simplified the process for you. And then knowing that we have a choice in how we show up. And when we choose the old way, it's okay. It's okay. But it's a choice. That's the difference. Okay, another and the last question I get often is when women ask, how do I know which microdose to use? How do I know how to create these mini moments of connection myself? What I really hear when a woman is asking this is, I don't remember how to trust myself. I don't know myself anymore. And that's totally fine. And that's actually really, really common. I think it's one of the most common things I hear. Because when is the last time that someone asked us, or we asked ourselves, what do I want, right? And so there's become a disconnect. And so here's some prompts that I often share. In those 2-minute breaks that we have throughout our day, here's some great questions to ask yourself. In this moment, do I need more or less input? Do I need quiet, or do I need activity? Does my brain feel really full? Like, do I maybe just want to go for a quiet walk and let it empty, let it ruminate, let it verbally process, and just like be with my thoughts? Think about our brain as a friend. Like, she needs to verbally process to shut some of those tabs down. And when we're in work mode or go mode all day, there's just constantly stuff coming at us, right? And so some of your microdosing connection might literally just be going for a walk and listening. And you're not trying to fix it, right? Just listening. Wow, this day's busy. Wow, I'm mad. Wow, I'm sad. Wow, just listening, just being with yourself. You can start to ask yourself, what's feeling good right now? What's feeling bad right now? What people feel good to be around? What is my body asking for right now, right? And the more we start to ask these questions, the more quickly the answers will come. And this is how we foster that connection again with ourselves. This is how we get back to what we desire in a world and age where we've worried about everybody else, okay? So it's okay if you don't know the answer. This is one baby step. You're not trying to figure out the whole thing. Take one step towards reconnection with yourself and getting to know yourself again. Very, very common to not have that connection with all you've been juggling. Okay, if you take one thing from this video on what to ditch in 2026, I want you to know you have not been failing at self-care. Self-care has been failing us as today's women. It is time to be done with these external solutions and ways to fill our cup before filling everybody else's. They don't work well. They require a lot of time, attention, scheduling, caregivers for our kids and all the things. Self-care needs a rebrand. It's an inside job and we create it from the inside out, and it starts with reconnecting with our whole self. All right, you guys, ask me any questions, put them in the comments. We're walking this through together. I'm literally here with you. I am just like you. And grab that first link in the show notes and description. It's an incredible resource to help you guys walk this path. I am here to shine the flashlight on your path as you discover it, rediscover it for yourself.